Beating Cuphead in Black and White, Part 8. Watch the earlier videos before watching this one, and let's get on with it. So the first boss we have, because this is the Inkwell Hell, we have King Dice. Now, King Dice, this run is technically has a cut in the middle in between the second mini-boss and third one. And I'll tell you guys when that's happening, just because Xbox clips cannot record for that long. But King Dice is not relatively that hard of a boss, because you're mainly fighting mini-bosses, and he is also not that strong, plus you're getting extra hearts. Now, the cigarette, or cigar here, is pretty simple. You kind of just walk back and forth, and jump a little bit, and then sometimes use a few EXs. So it's one of the easier King Dice mini-bosses. Now, in this challenge, I'm hoping that this will be a video, then I will have a video of Kingsley, then hopefully the entirety of the DLC. It might be half of the DLC and then another half of the DLC, because the DLC is pretty hard, but I'm hoping to get this series done within 2 weeks. Also, we beat the cigar, whatever it is there. And now we are on to the Weird Dice people. As my naming is very good. Now, this one is actually hard. This is probably the hardest mini-boss I do in here, I think. It's the hardest mini-boss I do in this challenge. Not the hardest mini-boss in total, because in my opinion, that would be one of the other mini-bosses in King Dice. But this is the hardest one that we did, and it still is not very hard. And for the bosses I picked the ones that are easiest, or just the ones that I'm the best with. So it was not that bad. But this one was a fairly hard one, as I did lose a hit point on it. But it still is not that bad, and we get the knockout. And now here is where the fight will be. Within this loading screen, the splice is right here. So now we second video, and probably didn't even notice the splice that much, because I just tried to mask it as well as possible. But now we're on to the easiest boss, which is Mangosteen. You might also see a few pauses in here or there. That's because I'm clipping it, and it kind of pauses when I clip the game. So that's just me clipping the game for the earlier one, because it just pauses when I do my clipping. Because I didn't have it set on 3, I had it set on 30, and I just forgot to put it on 3, so I couldn't just press the button. I had to go into the Xbox menu and then choose it. So that's why there are a few freezes. But now we're to the easiest boss in the game. Like, easiest boss and easiest mini-boss in total. Mangosteen. Like, I personally don't know how you even lose on Mangosteen, but there's your knockout. And now all we have left is the big King Dice here, which is supposed to be the main one of this, but he honestly is not that hard of a boss. The reason for that is that sometimes, even when there are long card patterns, you have two failsafes. So first there's a dash, which I can use right there, which is a failsafe you can use. And the other one is an EX, because EX is stall you in the air, usually enough so you can make it across gaps. So you basically should never be, like, getting hit. And it's honestly just really repetitive right here, just bounce, 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 bounce. But it is a pretty sweaty area, because you still have to focus on parrying the cards. But I am almost done here, and King Dice's health is dwindling down for this knockout right here. I feel like King Dice is one of the best knockout scenes in my opinion, because I like the hand and him both getting knocked out. But this was actually an S rank, because you get more time on King Dice, which I really like, because that's just cool to get. But now we're on to the final boss in Inkwell Hell, and the second boss, the Devil. The final boss in the main game. This will be the final part of the main game before we move on to DLC. And the spider one, I honestly really suck on. Now, as I am here, I should probably address the hardest part of the Black and White challenge, and that would be getting parries, because a lot of the time the blue and pinks blend really much together, and in things like that, where it's 4 on the outside and then the inside, I don't even notice it, the inside one, and I didn't know it would start spinning, because usually, sometimes that can be double or right, because you can barely see the inside one, or it's easy to see, but it's hard to like notice while you're playing. So sometimes I thought it would be bubble when it was regular, because you can't tell the difference between the bubbles. But now we're on to phase 2 here, and as you can see, it's not that hard honestly. Phase 2 is the easiest phase in my opinion of this boss. Actually, it might be last phase, but second phase is also the easiest. And I would probably put second phase easier than last, because in last phase you are a bit more stressed, so that adds to it being pretty hard. Now this phase is the hardest phase. This phase really sucks, because if you don't have something like a chaser or crack shot, or like spread, you have to pay attention to those imps at the top, which are really annoying. And I personally just like killing the devils on the sides, so I can't get like trapped, which would also be really annoying. So here, all I'm trying to do is just stay alive. Like, I am not going for any speed here, I'm just trying to stay just alive and not get hit, because I cannot get hit in this. And then we get the last phase. Now, last phase here, it's really easy. I really do not have enough stress, because I haven't been playing the challenge for too long. But that is a knockout, and that is the main game completed on Black and White mode. So, thank you for watching this Cuphead video. I will see you guys in a week, and let's go.